All right, welcome back to Starfleet Detailing YouTube channel. My name's Trevor, and this is Stefan. He is the owner, operator, and main guy that you want to talk to over at Starfleet. And today, the question that always comes up when it comes to detailing is, what is the cost of mobile detailing? So maybe let's jump into that first thing. What kind of questions are people asking when it comes to the cost of a detail?
Well, obviously the cost depends on where you live.
Okay.
Different markets. It also depends on what you're detailing. The size of vehicle, very important. You can do a little sedan or you can do big suburban. Obviously the time involved to clean it will be different. And of course, how dirty they are.
Right.
Right? If you have somebody that really takes care of their vehicle and they're doing it regularly, obviously it's going to be a lot quicker. So you have a better price for them, more reasonable price. But then you have some that never have detailed their vehicle, and then you show up and it's like, oh my goodness, this will take me a whole day.
Right.
So
Right.
what we do is we have a list of general pricing, but we always make sure to let the customer know, because this is mobile, right? So we show up to do the job sight unseen, and we make sure that the customer knows that this job is rated for X amount of time.
Right.
So that way we don't end up losing, and they also don't end up upset, because it's one thing to give a price and then you give the invoice at the end and it's totally different.
Completely different invoice. You're like, what happened there?
Yeah, it's like, this is not what you told me, right? So it's very important to cover all the bases. And one is you tell your customer, this is how much it costs for a home where the dirt and stuff like that is not extreme, because if a dog did his business in the car, it's totally different thing. Or if somebody opened a can of Coke and it just sprayed all over, and like, those are extreme things. And so we make sure to ask, are there any type of special attention you want us to give to your vehicle? And that's when the truth comes up. So it's like, well, I spilled the coffee, and so it's very important to do that. And that way you know what to expect when you get there. And you can also tell them, well, you know what, if you got to spill, it will take more time. This is our base price, but if we have to give special attention, special chemicals, right, for milk, we have to use enzymes that will treat that. And so there's a lot of things that go into it. But a lot of people don't realize that. They just think, well, you just come with your bucket, rag, couple brushes, and some Windex, and away you go.
Away you go. But when it comes to getting a detail in Edmonton from you guys, specifically a mobile detail, let's say they have a smaller vehicle. Let's say it's a subcompact. What does the pricing start out with that? Say it's relatively clean. What does that start with?
It starts about $200.
Okay.
Now you'll find cheaper.
Sure.
You have guys that are kind of doing it as a side hustle, and to them, they just want to make extra bucks.
Yeah.
But for us as a business, it's totally different. We have to have our insurances in place. We have 4 different types of insurances. One is the vehicle, one is the business, one is, it's called garage insurance. And so it enables you to be protected working on somebody else's car.
Right.
And WCB. So all those insurances have to be into place so that both parties are protected. And a lot of customers don't even realize that, right? They just think, well, you come and clean my car. But then when something happens, then it's like, oh, I wish I would have known that.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, a lot of people end up paying the price for not being informed and hiring unqualified detailer.
Yeah, so that's why it's good to pay a little bit more for a professional company to come in and do your mobile detailing, even though they're showing up in another vehicle and they're bringing their equipment with them. It's for your convenience, but the insurances are for your protection. So it's better to pay a little bit more for that detail than it is to be sorry later. So let's say we're talking about a large SUV, right? So a large SUV, say it's a Tahoe or Suburban or something of that nature, soccer mom vehicle type of thing, maybe. What would that cost?
Those are around 300 and end up.
Yeah.
If you have a caravan, so not only is it a van, but it's got all these secret compartments everywhere.
Sure.
Floors. You move seats up out of the way, and then things fall out of the seats. So those you have to vacuum 3-4 times.
Yeah.
Those are the soccer mom vans.
Yeah.
And so those can be around $350, but it takes close to 6 hours to do.
Right.
And that's just the interior.
Yeah, that's just the inside of the car. But when it's done, I mean, the car should stay clean for a while.
When it's done, it looks brand new.
Sure. Now, okay, so let's get into that a little bit. How often should somebody get a mobile detail?
I would recommend it at least once a year. And some people go years and years without doing it, but at least once a year. Because what happens is, for example, in Canada with the salts.
Yeah.
So what happens is the salt is on your boot, it's mixed with water, mixed with dirt, and then it gets into the carpet, and with time, it turns back into rock.
Okay.
And so we can't clean that out. It's literally a piece of rock stuck in your carpet, and you got to chip it away.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And that doesn't address the stains from the salt as well.
Right.
Whereas if you do it every year, you keep a handle on that, your carpets stay nice, and the car looks fairly decent. Because if you can imagine, when you have that buildup of rock and sand and salt, that looks kind of messy. And then you clean it and it still looks kind of messy because of all the white salt has bleached the carpet fibers. And you can't really fix that.
Right. Okay.
So-
Only if you like replace the carpet or you dye it or something of that nature, right? Which you guys don't do.
No, we don't do carpet dyeing. There's not enough requests for it. I think we had like 5 years, one person requested. So
Gotcha. Okay.
it's not worth it.
All right. So anything else that people should know about the cost of a mobile detail in Edmonton?
Something else to know about the cost. The costs go from, I've seen Facebook detailers, $80, but then their customers are never happy
Right.
because you can't make money at $80.
No, you can't.
The cost of, especially mobile detailing, it's not just the products and the equipment, there's also the gas to run around, your vehicle and your insurance. It's like there's a lot of costs involved. But when it comes to the cost for us, it ranges from $200 to $350 depending on circumstances.
Okay.
It can get higher. We've had one truck that we had to do was from a coal mine, 2 days.
2 days.
2
Okay.
days, yeah, a lot of scrubbing. I mean, everything was black, and it was actually I think it was gray or beige.
Okay.
You can just imagine.
Black and it used to be beige. All right.
So it cost 2 days of work, but they were blown away. Like when they got the truck back, it looked like brand new.
Wow.
And the guy's like at first he's like, "Oh, that's expensive," but then when he saw the truck, he's like, "Whoa." And it was for a resale. He got it off auction.
Oh,
And
nice.
so to him, he's like, "Okay, I'll just make more money off of it." Now that it's
Thank you.
clean.
Thank you very much. Okay, that's awesome. So thanks so much for sharing this with us today. And I'm sure everybody who is in Edmonton looking for a mobile detailer, look no further than Starfleet Detailing. They are professional, they are insured, and they do an amazing job. So just check them out. Go to the website and you can book your appointment right online. Or you can call Stefan or somebody from the company and they'd be happy to walk you through the process and get you booked in. So that's all for me, and we'll see you guys on the next video.